We can't help but love a seriously overpowered MC. Insanely strong and literally unstoppable, but they can't be overpowered all the time. Something needs to push them over the edge. In the heat of battle, when things are looking down, our MC channels their inner strength and reveals their true power. Welcome back to Animeology. Today, we're going to be taking a close look at our absolutely favorite anime with an insanely overpowered MC that gets pushed to the limit and reveals his true power during battle. Number 10, Guilty Crown. One of the few series out there that paints a well thought out and absolutely brilliant dystopian world. Guilty Crown is a bit more mature than most anime out there. Whilst full of action, the series is more of a political thriller than anything else. With a twisting and turning core plot, we really had no idea where Guilty Crown was going to take us. The series itself is set in the near future, following a horrible apocalypse virus that causes havoc around the world. Japan needed help, and a powerful organization puts itself into power whilst helping with the virus. The story of Guilty Crown follows Shu Oma, a seemingly normal high schooler that is soon caught up in a world of mystery and deceit as we soon start to learn more and slowly begin to uncover the truth behind this horrific virus, the current state of the world, and the people that are actually in power. Number 9, Tokyo Ravens. A brilliant combination of supernatural with some fantastic gripping action and fight scenes. Tokyo Ravens delivers a well-polished anime series that will have your heart pumping from episode to episode. With some great world building and fantastic core concepts behind it, this is an anime series that you definitely will want to check out. We learn of Japan struggling during World War I, forced to attempt a powerful magical technique and undergo dangerous magical rituals in order to remain powerful on the world stage. This ritual goes wrong and is now known as the Great Spiritual Disaster, a horrible accident that still haunts the Japanese continent. The entire area is monitored in the event of any kind of strange supernatural power, but in the modern day, this magical technique has become far more refined and simplified, with a lot of uses across the field of both medicine and technology. An interesting tale that starts to unravel the very fabric of this world. Tokyo Ravens is a must-watch for any anime lover. Number 8, Nanbaka. A fantastic comedy series. Nanbaka had us on the floor laughing until it hurt. This series has baka in the title, and that's Japanese for idiot, so you should realize that this is a series that likes to have a lot of fun. Nanbaka itself is largely set in a prison, and follows an interesting group of 4 core characters. Jugo keeps trying to break up, but only ends up getting caught and extending his jail time. Uno, a problem gambling addict that also has a great weakness for women. Rock, who can't help but eat and get into fights, and Nico, a recovering drug addict that is a serious otaku. The day-to-day episodes of Nanbaka are absolutely great. With this strong core cast of 4 characters, we really get to follow their daily lives in the prison and how exactly they interact and mess with the guards. Within a few minutes, you can't help but get sucked into the world of Nanbaka, begging for it to never end. Number 7, Hitori no Shita, The Outcast. A brilliant fantasy action comedy series that started off as a well-received webcomic and has since expanded into a brilliant anime series that is an absolute must-watch. The story itself follows Cho Saran, a seemingly normal college student that gets caught up with a horrible incident in his village hometown when he visits and pays respect to his grandfather's grave. In the ceremony, Soran is attacked by zombies, but when things are looking their worst, a mysterious girl with a knife appears and saves him. After scaring off the zombies, we soon learn that Soran is a target for a lot of people around the world. Turns out that his grandfather actually maintained a secret and very powerful martial arts technique that he was taught as a child. This technique is highly sought after by many martial arts groups around the world. Although not all of them are the good kind, the anime itself really starts to expand and explain the story behind Soran and his grandfather and his real connection to the mysterious girl he met in the cemetery. Number 6. Stigma of the Wind. A brilliant supernatural action series that isn't afraid of dealing with the sort of complex and intricate emotions that romance can bring, helping bring this series from great to absolutely iconic. We meet Kazuma Kannagi, the eldest son of the esteemed Kannagi family, and the heir to the estate. But Kazuma lacks the ability to use the classic blaze technique of his family, and is considered useless of all. His father calls Kazuma useless, but insists that he tries to wield the family's powerful lightning sword in order to claim his spot as the heir to the family. Unfortunately, the 18-year-old Kazuma is defeated by his 12-year-old cousin. Disgraced and exiled, Kazuma is forced to leave his home. 4 years pass, and Kazuma returns as a master of the wind technique. With a new name and newfound powers, a series of murders plagues Kazuma's family. Our MC is blamed with revenge as a motive, and he has no choice but to prove himself and his innocence. Number 5. Chain Chronicle. A brilliant action fantasy series that was actually based on a highly successful video game. The Chain Chronicle franchise was known for its great world building and unique tone, and has since created a successful manga series as well. The Chain Chronicle anime is set across the mystical land of Yugoto. People here are pretty simple, with very little understanding of the world around them. The world itself is divided into several regions that are each ruled under a separate kingdom. Although there does exist the occasional battle here and there, these kings generally meet and maintain some sort of peace around the entire land of Yugoto, until a group of horrific and vicious monsters arrives and destroys the fragile balance of peace that had existed for so long. A brilliant series that has a very clear and defined core plot. There is very little time wasted throughout the Chain Chronicles anime adaptation, and we definitely recommend checking it out. And make sure you look at both the manga and the game when you need more Chain Chronicles in your life. Number 4. Gonna be the Twin Tail. With a little something for everyone, this anime series really mixes up action, comedy, and a healthy dose of romance in there as well. And it becomes a fun watch that never really takes itself too seriously. Starting off as a highly successful light novel and manga series, the anime adaptation stripped down the plot to its core essentials and delivered a brilliant watch that you need to check out, following Soji Mitsuka, a seemingly average high school boy, except for his insane obsession for pigtails on girls. We get it, pigtails are pretty cute. The story really kicks off when Soji comes across a strange and mysterious girl by the name of Tuaru. We soon learn that this girl is actually from a parallel world somewhat similar to ours. All of a sudden, monsters appear in this otherwise sleepy town, and declare that every single girl with pigtails belongs to them. These monsters can be pretty dangerous and feed off of the spiritual energy of humans. Our hero is entrusted with some powerful magic technology that turns him into a girl and pigtail warrior, with his sole mission to protect Earth from these monsters. Number 3. The King's Avatar. An absolutely phenomenal anime series that kicked off way back in 2017 and is still ongoing. Although not technically Japanese, this Chinese-based anime series has shown the world just how awesome these alternative anime series really can be. The series itself focuses on and starts to explore the awesome and rapidly growing world of competitive esports across China. We learn of this extremely popular multiplayer video game by the name of Glory. The series itself follows the tale of Yeshu, a professional esports player that was widely considered the very best player in the entire world, sitting as captain of one of the best teams on the planet and holding one of the most powerful and highest leveled accounts. One day, Yeshu is forced to resign from the team due to his ego and unwillingness to be a part of the team and its marketing campaigns. Disgraced and forced to work the night shift at an internet cafe, we follow his decision to return to his former glory, and he begins the long and painful path back up to the top. Number 2. Black Bullet. One of the greatest post-apocalyptic worlds we have ever come across in anime. Black Bullet is a brilliant action series that had us hooked from the very first scene. Set in a world ravaged by a horrible parasitic virus, most of mankind is forced to live within these huge walls that are created from a very special type of metal. We learn that children born with this virus are granted these insane superhuman abilities. These cursed children are insanely powerful and very dangerous, with governments investing in special agencies just to control and make use of these powerful supernatural beings. Promoters are average humans that are tasked with leading these cursed children and controlling them. The story of Black Bullet kicks off around 10 years after the spread of this virus, and we follow Rentaro Satomi, a high school promoter that conducts dangerous missions in order to prevent the destruction of Tokyo and the entire world. Number 1. Maggie, Adventure of Sinbad. A fantastic adventure anime series that is actually a sequel to the classic Labyrinth of Magic anime and manga series. Set across the same world, The Adventure of Sinbad has some key differences that make it far superior to the original. We follow one of the greatest characters from the Labyrinth of Magic series, the King of Sindra. Well, he's not the king just yet. Sinbad! Losing his father and mother due to a horrific ongoing war, he spends his youth helping villagers, and one day departs to really try and change the world for the better. Sinbad and his epic journey is one that you really cannot miss out on. A brilliant core character with a fantastic attitude, and he encounters and meets a number of unique and interesting characters across the way in an absolutely must-watch anime series.